Okay, welcome to the third session of this big project that we are considering for UI Masterclass course. So, in the previous session video, we have finished the home section and it was looking like this. Okay, so last thing we have to do is since it is not looking proper, okay, we will change this line in the different color, and we'll change it font size, and let us see how to do that. So to do this, we need to create, because since we have applied animation over there, as you can see, we have applied the animation over there. So when the animation finishes for that particular line, third line, okay, we will apply something. So let us create another animation. So here I will copy the same animation, text animation, and I will just change the color to whatever we had. Okay, what the color? Yes, this color. Okay, so this color we will copy and we will give the same color to that particular text. Okay, but obviously this animation has to be applied. So what I will do, I will just copy its name. And where do we apply it? Obviously here to the third child, right? So what we can do, um, here, so before the animation delay, right, we can add here the animation. So animation, right, so same, it will have the 0.5 second delay, right? Then we have to change the name of the animation, since both of them are sharing the same name. Sorry, so we will, what is this, we can say tagline. Okay, tagline animation. So I will copy this name of the animation and I will put it here. Okay, so this is the name of the animation, right? Obviously it should be the first paragraph. Okay, first value, then second value is the duration, right? And obviously ease and forwards, similar to the previous one. Okay, so when we do this, and if we apply and refresh, so let us see what it. Okay, so the color is changed, but let us change the font weight also. So where do we do that? Here itself. So we will change the font weight to, so font weight, we'll change it to, let's say 300, right? So if we do that, how does it look? Yeah, so it's a little bit separation we have, right? And also can, if you want, you can change the font for this also. You can change another, you can create that another animation, and you can change the font size of this, right? So this is also possible, but I think this is looking good, right? And let us move ahead. So this is what we consider of doing in the last session, right? So now let us move ahead to the next section of our site, that is services section, right? So for that, okay, we need to create the HTML code, right? So how it is appearing in the desktop site, let us first check. Right, it is looking proper. Okay, on the mobile you can change the font size a little bit low. Okay, you do that. I will keep this for you people. Okay, you can do that. I will not waste time over here. This is not looking proper, I know, but you can change the font size over here or the font weight over here in the same way that we have changed for this. Okay, so this is you, that part you do it. Okay, fine. So after home section is end, okay, let us create the another section, that is services section. So we'll copy this comment again, and we'll begin the services section, right? Starts here, and section ends here. So in between these two comments, we will write the code for the services. So obviously we will have the section, as the previously we have done. That section will have the ID, okay, that's for hash, okay, and that ID will read as services, okay, services, right? So within that section, first we will have a division, okay, so services, okay, and container. Now just in the previous session I have told you that container is the common styling that we apply for all the containers, and uh, services holds the style which is particular or specific to the service container, right? So this is what we have done. We have defined these two classes, services and container. Now within this, as you can see, let me open the yeah. So it's in services we have this top section where we have this heading and this paragraph, and in bottom section we have these four, okay, cards, right? So we will need two sections, so we will do that. So we need top section and bottom section. So let us create this top section and bottom section, right? So this will be a top section, which is again a div, okay, or rather not, instead of section we can say that service top. So within the service top we have one heading and a paragraph, right? We have one paragraph. So we need not have any classes over here, or rather this paragraph also need to be, since it is a heading we have to style it. So what we will do, we will apply one class. That class we will see it as let's say section title, okay. So this section title is the title for every section, that is services, projects and about us or contact us, right? So we will have this in common styling. So let us do that. So here we have this service, right? So services, rather service, not service, services, correct? And here in the paragraph we will have lorem ipsum, right? Fine. Now this is what is the top section, right? Now below that we will have a bottom section, so bottom service, right? So we will say service bottom section, so we'll call it the class as service bottom, right? So within this service bottom we will have three things, as you can see. Service bottoms, this is one card, okay. So service bottom, this is the entire service bottom, and within that we have the service card, right? And within the service card we have this icon, this heading and this paragraph. So let us do that. So in within the service bottom we have a service card, so let us say service card, okay. So within this service card we have uh, icon, right? Icon, so let us give the name icon class. Within, okay, after icon we have header h1, okay. So rather not h1, we will give h2, right? And after that h2 we have the paragraph, correct? Why I have given this h2, it should be simple h2, right? And this will be simple paragraph. So in h2 what we have, I have created few services. So let's say we have this software development service, okay. So software development and paragraph again lorem ipsum we will have, and we'll restrict the lorem ipsum, okay, only to this much, okay. That way what will happen, the number of lines will be less, right? Or rather we will keep it as it is. Fine. Okay, so these are what the contents of a card, right? Now we want this card, multiple cards, right? So we will just copy it and we will have multiple cards. How many cards we have? Let's say 5, because I have identified 6 services, so 6 cards we will require. Okay, software development, then next is cloud consultancy, software development, cloud consultancy, or AWS consultancy, I will say. Let's have it cloud consultancy. Okay, then next we have mobile application, let's say, right? So mobile application, then we have social media marketing. Suppose this is the service that we give, then our company gives. Then software consultancy, we have software development and software testing, right? Okay, so we have to copy one more, software testing. Now henceforth we will follow the mobile first approach, because there was little change that we can do in the home section, so it goes well for all the 3. Later on we will make a little bit change when we add the header, but as if now there is no specific change we require, right? So right, so this is what the 1 2 3 4 5 6. So why we 6? Because in the tab what we will have this uh, divided in the column of 2, so we will have two. Okay, what we will have a service card over here, service card over here, so 2 cards simultaneously in the tablet, and in case of desktop we will have 3 cards or 4 cards. Okay, so let us see how we can do that, right? So we have this id services, then we have 2 classes, services and container. Then we have this class service top, which represents the service title, which is a common for all the sections. And then we have a service bottom, in which we have this card, okay, which contains the icon and header and a paragraph, right? So let us style it. Fine. So similar to the home section, let us create one comment, so that services section starts here, okay, and here services section ends here, right? So in between we will write the code. So first we will style the card, then we will go for the that service title and other thing, right? So for this services I have downloaded several images that I will show you. Okay, so these images are, and also the icons, right? So here icons, these are the icons, okay, depending upon the services, okay, I have downloaded. Okay, so services for icons, how do we download that? I will show you, right? So these are the svg files. So I have add file, cloud, Facebook, house, Instagram, location, phone, software, Twitter and WhatsApp. These are the icons. Now since we have 6 services, so we have the software icon, the cloud icon, right? But we don't have other icons, so let us download few icons, right? So for that what I do, I will go to the slide flaticons icon, right? And I'm offline, so I will just connect. So I have already shared this flaticon website with you. So here I will search, so what are the services we have? Software development cloud we already have. Okay, mobile application, mobile icon we will have. Okay, so mobile app icon, let us have that icon, right? So these are the flat icons we have. So this is in line with whatever, so but this is a premium, right? Because it is showing, sorry, crown. Okay, so whenever you see crown, it is not free. So this is a good thing. Okay, so let us have this. So I will download the SVG. Okay, free download. Okay, and it will download. So okay, you have reached the download limit, I guess so, because I had already downloaded a few icons. I was thinking of that same sign up for free. So what I will do, I will share these icons and you can download your own icons, and I will repeatedly use the cloud and software icon. But that is not good way, good practice. Obviously nothing comes free, so we had that limitation, and we have to work with it. Anyways, so let us copy. I have already copied those icons. So first the services. So this is the first ID. I will copy so that it will not have any spelling mistakes. Okay, so services, in the services what we do, okay, normally the services will not have anything. Okay, it will be in association with the service class. Let us style it, right, as such, because we alone don't use any ID. So the name of the class is also services, so we will use that. Okay, so this as I'll repeat again, this ID I'm using so that there is no name clash for any class name. Okay, in bigger project it is quite possible that several team members are working together and you don't know what names they will give, okay, to a particular class. So it is always better that you use the ID. Okay, and this ID ensures that the IDs will not conflict because they are unique. So it ensures that even though the classes you are using after this, okay, may be repeated, but you are specifically saying here that you want to use the services class which resides in the services ID. Okay, as you can see, we have the services ID first, and then within that we have this services class. So this is a hierarchy we are following, right? So this is a parent, this is a child, again this is a child. Okay, so like this is what we normally give. So this line indicates the hierarchy. Okay, so here in the hierarchy we are accessing first the services ID and then the services class within that hierarchy, right? So here we will say flex direction, we will have column. Because why? Because see, the container is the another class that we have applied over here. Now we have already defined the container in the common section, right? Here you can see the container display flex we have already applied. So we have, since we are going right now programming for the mobile. Okay, so pardon me for that. So here the moment we do the column, okay, earlier it was like this. Okay, earlier it was like this. Okay, so moment we add the column, okay, so it has become like this, and this is what we want on the mobile, right? But not written any media query yet. We are doing it with the help of flex only, right? So this is what is the beauty of flex, right? So flex direction column, then we will text align property, sorry, text align property we will set to center. Okay, then so when we do that, you can see the alignment is to the center. I will just make it smaller so that simultaneously we can see. Okay, so text align center, then max width. Okay, max width we will have 1500 pixel. Why is that 1500 pixel? Okay, this is the maximum width it can have, right? So this is more than required. Okay, why we are doing this? Because we want content to be centered. Okay, so this is a trick basically normally done. Okay, and padding, right? Obviously the mobile device width will not be 1500 pixel. Okay, it is much less than that, but we are giving maximum width, so it can go up to 1500. Okay, so this is what we are doing for the all the you can say screen sizes. So padding, okay, so let's have the padding of 100 pixel, right? So as you can see, the moment I give the padding, how it is behaving. And so this is right left, sorry, left right, and okay, this is top bottom, right? Sorry, this is 100 pixel is the left top bottom, and 0 is the left right. So as you can see how it is behaving, right? So okay, done. So these are the 5 properties we have set for the service section. Now let us style one by one this first service top property and this, okay, paragraph. So this services, this is given, this has the title service. So this entire thing is embedded inside a service top. So let us first style it. So hash service, and within that service top, okay, so we'll have the max width of 500 pixel. Now here we will define the width for the mobile device, right? 500 pixel. Okay, this is a trick basically. For the container, we higher container, we are giving the maximum width of 1500 pixel, and for the specific that container, we are giving 500 pixel. So this is normally for the bigger screen we give it, okay, and but we restrict the lower side container for the 500 pixel. So this is what we are doing, so to avoid any confusion for the alignment for the browser. So we are specifically setting the width. If we don't set the width and we keep it as it is default, then we will get some unusual results. So that's why it is better to have the maximum width, okay, and then within, after that, for the specific section, this entire section, we will set the width of 500 pixel, right? So we will do that. And margin we will give 0 and auto, 0 and auto, right? So as you will see, there are no changes, but I will show you how it is done, okay, or rather should we decide this afterwards. So let me delete it because it will not be visible and you will not understand why I have done that. Okay, anyways, so after this, what we will do, we will first style this title. So hash services, okay, within that the section title, right, and we'll font size we will change first, okay, font size. So let's say font size is 4 rem, okay, so that means 40 pixel, okay, so this much is sufficient. Then font weight of 300 is sufficient, I guess, right? So 300 is, we want this light. You can set 400 also if it's looking fine. No, 300 is looking proper, right? Thin heading sometimes looks good, okay. Then color, okay, we will have color black, right? And then margin, we will have from the bottom, we will have the margin, okay. So margin bottom we will give 1 rem, that is 10 pixel. So that margin we have given, right? And then we will have text transform, that means we will convert it into the uppercase, right? So text transform uppercase we will apply, right? So as you can see, then why we have not given in the HTML itself in capitals? See, this is a normal practice, okay. In CSS itself you should change the style. Even though I would have given the services in capital in the HTML file, the normally the person who is working on HTML and the person who is working on CSS may be different people, right? It is quite possible, okay. So it is always better to give the transformation, text transformation uppercase in the CSS. Okay, that is a common practice. Then letter spacing. So letter spacing of 0.2 rem is sufficient, I guess, right? Then text align, we will have align the text to the center, right? So fine. So these are the things we need to do. So after this, our services is done. Now what we will do, we can change the style of this letter I, okay, separately, differently, or we can so can we do this, or we can style the first letter differently. Okay, if I want to style the first letter differently, I can use the first element, okay, pseudo element. But if I want to style this I separately, I have to use the span. So let us use that span, okay, here. So in the services, if I here say span, okay, then this I, okay, I will copy inside the span. So what will happen, this span is an inline element, right? So but obviously here I have to delete the space, right? So services, now if I use this span and I can style the, okay, that I. So how do we do that? So I will copy this section title, and within that I want to style the span, right? So what I will do, I will just set the color property to what is the default color we had. Okay, so we'll use the same. What is the value of that color? Yes, this one. And we will also have changed the weight, font weight to, let's say, 400. See how it looks nice, right? Okay, let us style the card, right? Now this paragraph, again we have to style, right? Section top, have we styled the section top? No. Yes, so section top we will style. So section top, and within that we have this paragraph. Sorry. So as you can see, section top we have, and within this section top we have this paragraph, right? So we'll style that. So font size will be 1.4 rem. Still it is not getting uploaded. Spelling mistake, sorry. This happens quite a lot with me, at least. Okay, so margin top, we will have some margin from the at the top of, let's say, 5 into 5 rem, that is 5 pixel, right? Then we will have line height of let's say 2.5 rem, that is 25 pixel. Okay, it is looking good, right? And this is looking good for the description. And the font weight of 300. Okay, so that will be nice one. So 300, or if you find it a little bit blurred, you can, for your monitor, you can change it to 400. But for me it is looking nice, right? Because when we give the dark, okay, so let it make it 400 rather than 500. Fine. So 400, and then letter spacing we will give 0.05 rem, that means 0.5 pixel. Okay, okay, so it is looking proper. Okay, so now next thing we have to do is we have to service says we have to style the card, that is bottom. But before that service bottom, we have to give certain property to it. So service space dot now dash bottom. Once again I will check the spelling, otherwise okay, I will copy service bottom so that no spelling mistake happens. And the service bottom, how do we style? We say display flex. Why? Because there are three items that we want to have a certain flow, right? As you can see, automatically once we do it in flex, it has applied some default style. So align item align items to the center, right? Then justify content to the center, right? And flex wrap property we have to set to wrap. Why? Because the text should wrap and it should not spill over the container. Okay, if we don't do that, it will spill over the container when we change the screen size. Okay, that's why we have to container should be flex wrapped. So all the content, since is a service bottom is a container for the cards. Okay, as you can see, service bottom is the container for the service cards. So there are 6 service cards we have, so it should not go beyond the this container. So that's why we have to wrap it, right? So it will come down automatically, right? And then we can give the space between or something like that later on when we align it with the media queries. Okay, at this point of time we will not do anything because we are designing for the mobile only. When the desktop, for the desktop it has to be aligned separately, so we'll do that in the media query. Fine. So now, so styling the card, again I will copy the, I always make mistakes. Okay, service card, sorry, and right, service card. So here we will have the flex basis of how much? 80%. Why 80%? Because for the mobile the card should take the 80% of the width, right? So when I do this, okay, what will happen? See, if I remove this, as you can see, and the moment I give this flex basis, see, this is what happens, and this is what we want. So flex basis, as I have told you, flex basis is the property of the flex item, not the flex container. So here card is the item within this service bottom container. So I'm with the help of flex basis, I'm specifying the width. So it should consume the 80% of the parent width. So that means parent is a service bottom. Okay, so this is what we are doing. So I will just remove this border so you have understood what I'm doing, right? Okay, for semicolon, then display property. Now since this itself is a, okay, this element itself will be the container for the other three items, that is icon. Okay, this will be the container for this icon, okay, header and paragraph. So it should also be defined as a container. So display property we will set to the flex. Okay, so this is an, right? So the moment we do that, as you can see how it changes, right? Now here I haven't set the icon, so here the class icon, here I will give the URL, right? So how do I give the URL? I will not give the URL, I will use the image because we have already downloaded the, so this is img tag. Okay, source src we will have from the icons. Okay, in the icons I have saved that, and here I will use the software icon. Fine, as you can see this is the software icon. We'll style it later on. Fine, so now I have to copy that everywhere. So I will copy this image and I will copy to every icon. Okay, now for some alternate we will use software and cloud. So icon cloud. Fine, so now we will display the flex, then align item, obviously to the flexed start, right? So flex start, we'll align the item to the flex start. Then justify content, we will have it to the center, right? And flex direction, we will change it to the, yes, column, right? Why? Because our card should have columnars. Okay, so column, and then I will give the padding of, let's say, 30 pixel. So we have to resize this icons. So right, so let us do that. So let us finish this first. Padding 30 pixel, then border radius of, let's say, 10 pixel we will give, right? Border radius of 10 pixel. Then background image, of URL we will give. Okay, so what image we will give for the cloud 1, cloud 2? Let us give cloud 1, what it is. Yes, cloud image. But as it is getting messy, but don't worry, I will make it proper. So background size property, okay, to cover the entire card. Then margin will have, okay, 10 pixel from top to bottom, and 0.5 pixel, let us give 5%. Okay, so it will work, right? And overflow we will have hidden, right? So as you can see, overflow hidden when we give the card is having the, right, that particular round shape because of the radius. So obviously this is not looking proper, don't worry, we will adjust it. Okay, so now we have to reduce the size of these icons, and we have already given the class, as you can see here. Where is the class icon? Okay, where is it? Yes, here. So this is class we will use, and we will make the size of this smaller, right? So but obviously this icon we have to copy this entire thing. Okay, so hash service. Okay, within this hash service we have um, dot service bottom, not top, and within that we have this icon. So you can see service bottom, we have this class, and within that we have this, okay, service icon. Now I have not used service card because it is not required, right? We'll directly apply this, okay, like this. Fine. So here I will use the height property and make it 80 pixel. So the moment I make it 80 pixel, and width also I will make it 80 pixel. Okay, 80 pixel, 80 pixel, and margin bottom will have distance of 20 pixel from the below heading text. Okay, now why it is appearing like this? Instead of size to reduce, it is increasing. Let me see why, what is happening. Service bottom spelling mistake. Is there any spelling mistake? No. So now we have to style that image. Why it is not appearing? Here I will give that image properties HEI height of 100% of the parent. Yes, that's why 100% of the parent and object fit property will give. Yeah, so previously I have told you will not just understand it until I tell you. Okay, now it is looking proper, right? So fine. So after doing that, so we since all the images will follow this style, so height will be 100% of the container and it will cover the container. So that is what we are doing. Now this is not looking proper because the background images are different for every service. So let us change the background image for different. Okay, so here we are giving only the cloud. Okay, so services background image for the card 1, card 2 we have to give like that, right? So what we will have, we will create another class, right? So service card 1, or rather we'll give this as name. What are the services we have? This is software, so card soft, right? And then we will, for this card we will have another class called as card mobile, right? And for this card we will have the class social media, not software, yeah, social media marketing. So here we'll give card so okay, so social. And for this we have software consultancy, so card consultancy, right? And for this card we will give testing, so card test, right? So when we do this, then we can have, we will remove this background image, okay, from this, and we will keep it inside the different separate class, right? So we will have this property inside the, but here we will have inside the service, okay, we will have this card. What this card? Yes, card def. So I will copy this. Let me copy all. By holding the control key I am copying everything simultaneously, and I will paste it so that it will not have any spelling mistake. I will copy it and I will put it here. So one by one we will have this. Right. So we will copy this one. How many times? 6 times. You can use nth child also, but I forgot to do that. Now since I have typed this much, okay, I will not use that nth child. But when you are doing it, I recommend you to use the nth child. I forgot to do that. Okay, that is my mistake. Then card mobile, then card social, then we have card consultancy, and we have card testing. Okay, so that's it. Now here we will change the image. Card development, we will change another image. Okay, what is that? Hmm, we have web development, so let us have this. Okay, background over here. Then this is the software, right? So we will have software development, software design image over here. Then here we will have mobile development, so mobile app, either this one or this one. Yes, mobile app development. Then here we will have social media, so social marketing, right? Then here we will have the image for consultancy, so what it will be, software consultancy, right? This. And here we will have testing, so for testing what we can do, software design, same. No, we have already used software design. Which one is remaining? I think mobile app 2 is also used, so here we will give mobile app 1, right? Software testing. So now as you can see this is looking like this, but obviously we have to change, give the overlay. The way we have processed this image in the background, in the similar fashion we will create the overlay, black overlay, so that this text and this logo will become prominent in the background. So we'll do that, right? So let us do that. So for to have the overlay, what we can do, right? So for that we will use same section. Within the section we have this service card, and within this service card we will apply the after pseudo element for the overlay. So here obviously content will be empty, right? Then position obviously should be absolute. Now since to work this as an absolute, its parent, that is the card. Okay, now I will move it above so that it is below the card, right? So okay, here not for when I give here the absolute, the here the position will be relative, so position relative, because its parent must be always the relative. We have seen this in the home section also, right? And then left offset will be 0, right? Right offset, sorry, top offset will be 0, right? Then height will be same as parent, 100%, right? And width will be also of same of parent, that is 100%, correct? Then background color we will have, which background color? Normally overlay should be always in black, right? So instead of black, let me show you another way. Instead of black, if it is we give the linear gradient, okay, it will look more proper. So linear gradient is the, yes, the property is background, not color, it should be image. Yes, linear gradient, because we are overlaying, right? So linear gradient of 60 degree, fine. Then I will use the one gray color, okay, one shade of black, dark black, 32 and 3C for the 0%, and hash 485563 100%, right? If we do that, fine. And then opacity we will change 2.9, Oh, if I change it to 0.8, let us see how it looks. But nothing is changing over here. Why? Again, I have made a mistake. Instead of services, again here I have written section. That's why. Yes. Now opacity of 0.8 is getting proper. 0.7 will be more proper because yes, but this is Z index should be changed, right? So position relative we have seen. Now Z index must be changed. So Z index of 1 I will give over here, and opacity here I will give the Z index of -1 so that it will go back. As you can see, when it goes background, these icons are now have become prominent, correct? Okay. So now we will change the color of this header and paragraph. So we will have to give it a right white color. So for that we have to select the this service bottom, not service bottom, service card, because h2 is inside the card. Okay, so we have to select the immediate parent. Fine. So service card, and here font size we will have service card or service card, correct. So service card font size we will change. Okay, font size, let us have the font size of 2 rem for the heading, right? And of color should be white. Okay, and margin we will have some bottom margin of 10 pixel, and text transform obviously uppercase, right? So it looks nice. Now paragraph we will style, so I will copy again this. Instead of h2 it is p. So in paragraph obviously the color will keep the font as it is, only the will change the color. Or shall we change something font? Let us see font size. We will have 1.5 rem. If I give, no, it's not looking good. 1.2 rem. Yeah, it is looking proper now. And text align we will have left. Yeah, so it is now looking proper. I think background images are not proper. My selection of background image is not good, I hope, because it is not looking the way I wanted it. Let me change the opacity and let us see whether it will have any effect. Yeah, it is now, or rather instead of it, let us have 9. Yeah, now it is looking better, correct. Fine, so that's it. Now I have chosen the wrong images, because the image is originally a little bit having the more black and gray dark colors. When you choose the images, okay, choose such that the images will have the white portion more, so in that way it will look proper. Okay, so already these images are very dark, right? So anyways, never mind. So this is what I am saying. So designer is a very good person who will advise us. Now since I am not a good designer, I have made a mistake. This is not looking professional, according to me. Okay, Now for the desktop we will use media query to style it in the proper way. Fine. So this is a card. We have completed the design, right? Let us add the common style to all the paragraph. Why? Because it is needed. So p, so we'll font size will be common to all, so we will remove this font size we have given. Okay, we'll keep it in the common paragraph property. Okay, so the common paragraph property, what we will do, we'll have the color black for the common. It will not change here because in the space we have font size, we will, whatever the property gets conflict, that means there are two properties. Okay, the which one which is not common is applied. So that's why here you can see the color is of the paragraph is not changed. Okay, so size will be font size will be 1.4. We will have 1.4 RAM is good, right? And then font weight will change. What should be that? It should be 300. Okay, now it is looking proper. Yes, and letter spacing we will have 0.05 RAM, that is 0.5 pixel. So this is a normally why how did I came to this, because this is a common practice. With the experience you get these values. Okay, it's not O, it is 0, right? Okay, so now it is looking proper on the mobile also, right? Fine. So now what is the remaining? Service bottom, service. What is remaining? We have to give some margin here because this space is okay. Where is the service bottom? Yeah, so here we will give the margin top of 50 pixel. Yes, that much space is sufficient, right? So as you can see, okay, this is what is, it is looking fine on the mobile device, right? It's looking proper. Okay, so this finishes the uh, service section. I guess a little bit changes here and there, I will do it later on, but I guess for the mobile itself the service section is finished, right? So as you can see, this is perfect. Okay, right? Yeah. Okay, so we'll stop here. Bye, have a good day.